Shalom. Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, or to the 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children who believe in the true gospel of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is Brother Shawar with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And just in the spirit, meditating. This is a time where things are about to get, real serious. We're really close to the Lord opening this thing up in terms of Jacob's trouble, and the prophecy has been popping, but the real calamity and the real death and destruction and pestilence and terror that the Lord is about to show. We're really close to that time. We're approaching that time quickly. Right. And it's a good thing because we know we have to go through this in order to reach the kingdom. And once we go through that, the kingdom is on the other side pretty much, along with, of course, the MOTB, in World War III. But all those things are synonymous. So, we know what comes after this destruction is the kingdom, is the end all be all, man, is blessings and everlasting life and righteousness. Starting with the Israelites, Yahweh Shai, the 144,000, right? And the nation of Israel. But that's another lesson for another day. The point I want to get into is just the fact that as a believer in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, brother or sister, we have to believe until the very end. Our trials and, in this truth, our test of faith are going to get more extreme. It's going to be harder to, and I don't even want to say harder because the Lord is going to be with us, and it's predestination. If you're the elect, you're gonna, you're gonna make it through, but we don't know who the elect is. That's why we say hopeful elect, right? So in the flesh, it's going to get harder to just keep believing and keep pushing through, but that's why we got to stay prayed up. We got to stay occupied in prophecy and stay close to the Lord, man, because there's going to be more and more demonic forces and distractions and things, that the flesh is going to want, that are going to keep us away from our salvation. And this is a part of the battle, right? It's a constant battle, right? It's a spiritual battle. Ephesians, the 6th chapter, goes into that. So let's get some scriptures, and we'll see where the Spirit takes us. So this is Matthew 10:22. And it reads, "Ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same," or he that endureth to the end shall be saved, right? So the persecution of the Israelites is also going to come, soon. Believing in the truth and standing for the gospel of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai isn't going to be so easy. It's not going to be trendy. It's not going to be, it's going to be persecuted, man. It's going to be hated and looked. It already is, but, they're going to start trying to take Jake out. They're going to start trying to take us out for prophesying and believing in the word. Because Esau doesn't want, he doesn't want this truth in the earth. He doesn't want any rebellion against his NWO and this beast system, right? He wants complete control. He wants the chaos and confusion, all the transformers, and he wants to chip everybody up. Revelation 13:16. So this devil, the so-called white man, these elites, starting with the Amalekites, your so-called JOOs, they want complete control. So they're going to find a way, whether it's unjust or not, and it will be unjust, so I should say whether it looks unjust or not, because it will be unjust. They're going to find a way to persecute and come after anybody who goes against their system. But we are to endure to the very end, and those are the ones who are going to be saved. So we have to believe and stay steadfast in this thing until the very end, man. But the Lord is going to be with us. Isaiah 65 goes into that as well. That through all the calamities, man, everyone else who neglected the Lord, all the Israelites that neglected the Lord, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners that neglected the Lord, they're going to be going through it. But the elect, The Lord is going to give us, he's going to provide us a way through. He's going to provide us food and anything we may need to get through Jacob's trouble. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be a test, but we're going to get through. So let's go to the book of Revelation, Revelation 12, and we'll start at verse 10. And it reads, "And I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." And that's Esau, Edom, our enemies. Verse 11, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death," right? And that's the point I wanted to get. See, the spirit you should be in is, you shouldn't really be caring too much about this world, man. Of course, in the flesh, you have certain things you may be connected to somewhat. Of course, family, that's really, family and friends is really it, But you got to do the best to not get attached to any carnal things, And it's easier said than done. It's because we're in the flesh, like I said, man. So it's not that's a part of the battle. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that this is temporary. This world we live in is temporary, and the Lord, as it tells us in the book of Matthew, because Yahushua told Peter what? That everything we lose on this side, we're going to get back 100-fold. Right? I'm going to get that precept in a second, actually. But, we can't get too attached to this world. So this life we live, man, it shouldn't be consuming, your how you move. It shouldn't be consuming your thoughts. It shouldn't be consuming, or controlling your emotions, And again, it's life. We're in this world. We got to do things. You got to work. You got problems, you have to deal with. You have things you like to do. You have, we're Israelites, man. We're not gonna just sit around all day and do nothing, outside of the truth and doing the work. But it's to the point where you shouldn't really care. You should be ready to lose it all on this side, because we know and understand what's coming for us. Right, so let's finish this out and we'll get that precept in Matthew. Revelation 12 and 12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And that's Esau, Edom, right? These devils, these elites are going to come down upon the Israelites, of course the prophets, but really the whole world with a great wrath, because they're trying to establish this NWO, and have everybody chipped with the MOTB. And to do that, they're going to have to kill a lot of people. And really, the Lord is going to be using Esau to kill a lot of people. Esau is the sword of the Lord on the left-hand side. So it's all the Lord's doing. The Lord is the one in control. The Lord is just using Esau to do the damage. Right? But it's going to be a lot of death out here, man. A lot of wickedness, a lot of death, a lot of things that have people have never seen before. It's going to be crazy. But if the Lord is not with you, you're going to be consumed by it. Right? But if you got the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai with you, and that faith in the Lord, which starts from now, you're going to get through if you be the elect. Right? So let's get that precept in Matthew, pretty sure it's 13th chapter, and then continue on with what I had. So lucky I'm at Matthew 19. So this is Matthew 19, and it started at 28, and it reads, "And Yahushua said unto them, Verily," matter of fact, let's start up at 27. So Matthew 19:27. "Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?" So, Peter's asking Yahushua, we've pretty much forsaken our whole lives to follow you, right? And, to follow, to join the ministry, to follow your word, right? And we lost everything. So what are we going to gain for this? right? What's the sacrifice that we're making? Like, what is this for, right? Verse 28, and Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. And this is for the elect of the nation of Israel, right? The 144,000 plus the great multitude, which is in altogether is the 1/3 of the nation of Israel that is marked for deliverance in these last days. Zechariah 13:8. Right? So that's what we get, going for forsaking all the things on this side. This is why we have to believe unto the end. And it takes faith. It takes great faith, that's a gift. Faith is a gift, right? So with this gift of faith, man, we believe the Lord is going to take us through all these things we're about to experience and bringing us into the kingdom and give us all the blessings and everything we lost, 100-fold and more. Right? And the scriptures say that the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So these things are coming, just like the prophecies have never lied. The prophecies have never failed, and they continue to prove the scriptures to be true, and everyone is starting to really see it. Right? So this is for the nation of Israel. Again, this is not for everyone. This is not for the other nations. This is for the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners, which are the Israelites that are spread amongst the other nations, but go back to the lineage and seed line of an Israelite. They may look like the other nation. This is for the elect, the chosen from the foundations of the earth of those people. Right? And prophecy speaks, man. Prophecy, and the elders and apostles and the brothers on down, the bishops, the elders, we've proven this many times over. So if you don't know and understand this, then at this point, I don't know what to say. The Lord just doesn't have you in the know. But everyone will see at the end of the day. So that's neither here nor there. But this is what it's all for. The kingdom, power, real power, rulership, and righteousness, spiritual power as well. Pursuing 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, around the 50th verse on down. This is all what's coming for the nation of Israel. Right? So let's go to 2nd Esdras real quick. So this is 2nd Esdras 15, and we'll start at the top. It reads, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, say the Lord, the prophet's mouth. So the Lord speaks through his men. He speaks through the prophets, and he's done that, going all the way back to Moses, to, Jeremiah, all the prophets you see, Ezekiel, all the prophets you read about in the scriptures. The Lord has always used his, men to speak his message and to warn the people right before he's about to destroy a kingdom. Right? Noah, so on and so forth. So let's read on, verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. The incredulity is the unbelief. So the unbelief of all these, your family, your friends, whoever else, the scoffers, scorners, whoever, because most people in the world, of course, they're not going to believe the truth, because the Lord is dealing with a very small number. Right? So most people can't see this thing, man. And all these outside influences, they're distractions, and it's really Satan, trying to pull you away from the word, trying to pull you away and out of the truth. But what, man? We got to fear the Lord and understand that the Lord is in control, man. And this is our key and our gateway to salvation. Is a straight gate. The world got nothing for us, man. It really doesn't. Esau has a chokehold on this world And not only that, but it's about to be destroyed. And this is really going, it's circling the drain, and everybody can see it, man. World War III has pretty much started. It just hasn't gone nuclear. And it will. So that's prophecy, right? So reading on, verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And the rest of this chapter just goes into what the Lord is going to do. But I wanted to get, the point that, the unbelief of these people, it's going to lead them to their death. There's going to be a great separation between the Lord's men and the rest of the people, the rest of these wicked Israelites, and of course the heathen. It says in Isaiah 13 chapter that the Lord is going to make a man more precious than the golden wedge of Ophir. And what man is he talking about? An Israelite man of the elect in the truth. Right? Isaiah 4:1 says that in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. Right, in the last days, because and 7 just represents completion, because they're going to be wanting protection, and the only protection is going to be a man of the Lord with the hedge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on him, because that spiritual power is coming, miracles are coming. We're about to see a lot of crazy things, and people aren't going to believe it until they see it, because they don't have the spirit to believe. They don't have the faith. Right, so it's all coming, man. We just got to keep believing it and keep doing what we're doing. Stay the course, man. And we're almost finished the race. That last stretch is the hardest. It's the hardest because, you're tired. You just want it to end. And you pretty much been suffering for a while. That's for example a long distance race. But once you cross that finish line and you get victory, it's all worth it. And that's where we are, man. We're about to cross that finish line. But we got to go through this last stretch, man, this last push. Lord willing, this happens in the next, really, but this is the Apostle Har said this is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So Lord willing, it happens this year. But I say through the Spirit, it's just me as a man speaking, but 2, 3 max, but 2 really, like, the Lord is on his way back. It's so evident, man. And we got to be ready. So let's keep reading. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Right, dealing with again this world and not being consumed by it. So this is verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, right? So just an example, if you have a woman, you're dealing with women, whatever, you should be moving as if you didn't have any, because you should be focused on the truth. You should be focused on pleasing the Lord and building your spirit up to endure what's about to come. And again, easier said than done, but with the help and the guidance of the scriptures of the Lord, of the leadership the Lord set in place, starting with the apostles and elders, brothers, we get through these things, sisters as well. You get through all the things that, we have to battle. But that's the mentality, man, is to put the truth in the forefront of your mind and kind of let everything else, play the back seat and figure it out. But the Lord will help you figure it out once you put the truth in the front, right? So verse 30, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as abusing it, or as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Right, because this world is about to be destroyed. Not the whole entire heaven and earth, but this infrastructure, this wicked infrastructure, Esau's kingdom, Esau's rulership, so-called white man's rulership. This new age technological Roman Empire, the beast system. Right, America will be obliterated. That's the only place that will turn into a straight desert. But the whole other, like the rest of the world is going to be collateral damage off the war, but this infrastructure is going to be taken down, and righteousness is going to be the new, you know, the new pretty much the main thing on the earth, starting with Yahushua. That's going to be the rulership that's coming, which is going to benefit, of course, the Israelites first and foremost, but every other nation, except for the Edomites, because we know Obadiah 1:18 what their judgment is. But don't get too attached to this world. That's the point, because this world is about to pass away, right? And it's a lot of Israelites fall victim to, again, you know, getting pulled back into the world because of a woman or a job or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of reasons. And again, we're in the flesh, so these things sometimes it's easier said than done. But putting the truth in the forefront of your thoughts and your mind, and praying about it, and just indulging in the scriptures, it keeps you sharp, and it reminds you. You know, watching lessons all the time, and, you know, the camp videos, it keeps you in the spirit, so you don't get knocked off course too much, because of course you'll fall, man. You'll fall. You'll stumble. You'll get distracted sometimes. You'll get dragged into things in the world, but, you know, the Lord will have it to where you'll get knocked back on course, and you'll be like, okay, like I was doing this too much. I'm tripping. Like, let me get back to, you know, what's right, what's important, right? That's what it is, man. That's what's gonna keep us going. Is the truth, and praying, and continuing to indulge in the scriptures, be involved in the ministry, right? As much as you can, whatever your lot may be. So let's get this last scripture in the book of 2 Peter, and then we'll close. You know, the point was made, I think it was, but let's get this last scripture. This is 2 Peter 3:10. It reads, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." That's those nuclear missiles, you know, those ICBMs that's going to obliterate America, you know, melt it, you know, as well as a couple other spots, you know, in World War III, but mainly America. "And the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise," the promise going back to our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? The promise of the kingdom of heaven and everlasting rulership under Yahushua, right? So nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. So, you know, giving our diligence to make our calling and election sure, Yahweh Ratazah, meaning Lord willing, will lead us to that new heaven and a new earth, which dwelleth in righteousness. And every Israelite is going to be in the kingdom eventually, but 2/3 have to die on this side first. And they will know and be shamed, and not completely, just like every Israelite will be blessed in the kingdom. You're going to be okay. It'll be completely fine. Above all the other nations, spiritual power, you know, top, you know, cream of the crop, right? But that stain of not making it on that first go around is always going to be there. You know, and we don't want to go through this judgment. And the Lord is about to make, this judgment is about to be gruesome. The Lord is gonna give out. We want to make it on this first go around. We want to be beamed up into those chariots and saved from the destruction coming. But this is what we look for, man. This is the new heavens and the new earth, the new rulership, wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? Because you should be sick of this world, man, because it's getting disgusting. It's been disgusting, but it's beyond that. I don't even know the word for it. You know, and there's so many problems with this world because of the rulership. It's wicked. right? So you should be ready to get out of here, and we're close. But again, that should be in the forefront of your mind. So, you know, keep on believing, you know, brothers, sisters, you know, just keep going. We're almost there. Stay prayed up, indulge in the scriptures, you know, don't waver, man. You know, it's a battle, but do your best to stay on track, man, and let the Lord guide you, right? Speaking to myself first and foremost. So, Lord willing, this was, you know, this lesson did what it was supposed to do. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and a Bible Ball.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Right, and this is speaking of the Israelites, the elect, coming down from the ships, because as you read the scriptures, we're going to be beamed up. And what does Paul say? We're going to be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. All right, we're going to have a ceremony. We're going to be crowned. We're going to sip wine with Yahushai. We're going to praise the Lord. Okay, we're going to rejoice. We're going to sing the song of Moses, which is victory over the heathen. All right, as we watch Babylon burn, all right, and the earth in total chaos, all right, but after some time, we're going to come down. All right, we're not going to stay up in the chariots with those new bodies. All right, we're going to eventually come down for the purpose of what? Conquering and enslaving the heathen, and also purging out the rebels of our people who are still left, all right, who refuse to bow to the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right? And it says in the next verse, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. Meaning what? The law, statutes, commandments will be written in our inward part. So what does that mean? No more sin. As the scriptures say, sin is what separated us from our power, and our power separated from us. It was our sins, our disobedience. But this time the Lord has promised us the better service, in which the law, statutes, and commandments will be written in our inward part. So what does that mean? No more sin. See, the only way you heathen were able to have dominion over us is because of sin. But once death is conquered and we sin no more, what does that mean? We will never be separated from our power ever again. And you notice it says the holy city, New Jerusalem, and then it equates that, all right, as the tabernacle of God being with men. Now, what did the temple, all right, in Jerusalem represent? It represented the direct presence of the Most High on the earth. All right. So now we won't need a physical temple. All right. The order will go and issue forth from Yahushai and the 144,000. That is the fulfillment of the tabernacle of David. Now, what does the scripture say about the tabernacle of David? All right. Zechariah 12 and 8. And that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. All right. Because there will be rank and order amongst us. But even those who are less, all right, amongst us in the kingdom of heaven will be mighty. You see, in the house of David, which is the 144,000, shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them. And who's the angel of Yahweh? Yahushai. So we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. All right, we will no longer sin, so you heathen will not be able to stop us. Yahweh,